Enter player 2. Hey, what's going on, guys? Back here with another monthly video. This time we're going to do the June image, and I've got a couple of cool accessories this time. This is the Wave Corporation arcade machine. They made quite a few of these actually. They've been like Capcom, Sega and so forth, which are quite old now and crazy expensive. But I was online picking up a couple of small items, and I happened to see this one for sale, so I thought, hey, it looks pretty fun, might as well grab it. And yeah, this is the machine here. The machine's really detailed. It's got like the joystick, buttons, and you got different scenes from the game that you can cut it and put on. I'm actually not a big fighting game fan, so I didn't really know much about the series or know of this game at all when I purchased it. It was just on special on the site, so hey, grabbed it. But when I got it, I noticed I've got like the 1-player and a 2-player sticker, so if you get 2 of them, you can have 1-player and 2-player version. And anyway, yeah, it reminded me of a really cool image my mate showed me a while ago, and I believe it was Capcom vs Marvel, and they had like the Marvel S.H Figuarts on one machine and the Capcom ones on another, and they were kind of like getting right into the game. And I thought, hey, that'd be really cool to recreate, but with Dragon Ball characters. And since this month, May, we got the final Ginyu Force characters. I thought it'd be quite cool to get a Namek saga, Freeza saga situation going on with Goku on one, Freeza on the other. And then cheering Goku on, we'll have Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, and Vegeta. And then on Frieza's side, we'll have all the Ginyu Force behind him cheering him on. And yeah, we'll try and create a cool image from that. So I'm thinking of a black background. So I've got this black drop here. And I do have some cloth which I might switch out, as well as some acrylic sheets for the base to get some nice reflections. I've also printed off a retro background here. I thought this would look quite cool behind me, so I might try some shots with this in the background. But overall, I'm trying to go for a sort of a close-up shot of the characters, either face on or top down, not really sure yet, but we'll try a few different options and see which one looks best at the end. So what I'll do now, I'll put these guys to the side and we'll get out all the other figures and try and set up some poses and get the acrylic sheet down and see what it looks like. Okay, so I've got Goku and Freeza set up here. I've got the background that's taped to a white backboard. I've just got a bit of a clamp here, taped down, just keeping it up behind. I've placed this thin, probably about 3mm sheet of acrylic, black acrylic, and I've just placed it on top of a foam board just to pop it up a bit higher. One thing I did was took a microfiber cloth and gave it a wipe down before I started placing everything on. It kind of looks fine in person, but the more you look at it, the more kind of tiny bits of dust you see. So before you start setting things up, if you're using anything shiny, reflective, especially black, go through with a microfiber cloth and give it a good wipe and a clean down. Otherwise you're going to be spending hours in post-production removing all those little dust bits. It's not exactly a fun pastime, so spend an extra minute or two at the start and get it right. But anyway, as I was saying, I've set them up here, and I put the Dragonballz sign in front just because I thought it looked cool. I just did a couple of test shots just because just having these two here like this with a background, and you get nice reflections coming through underneath, it just looks awesome. So who knows, maybe this is going to be the final image. Maybe it's going to look too cluttered with the other characters on, but we'll give it a shot. I'll get them out now and start placing them around these two, cheering them on. Okay, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you think this is a badass setup or not. I will just quickly run through basically what I've done so far. So we've got Super Saiyan Goku on player 1 and Final Form Freeza on player 2 battling it out for the fate of the universe. We've got Team Goku supporting, Ginyu Force supporting Freeza there. Vegeta, well, he's just, to be honest, proud he's taking out Guldo. But he doesn't really line himself with these guys, so I thought, he'll just chill over here for now and see how things play out. We've also got a special guest down here, the Frog. And I've also chucked in the scouter case there to the side as well, just to add in a little bit something to break up the white and blue. I thought it kind of looked quite nice. In terms of posing, we've just got Gohan there, clenched his fist, going wait for his father. He's keeping an eye on that Dragon Ball underneath him. He's trying to imitate Vegeta here, trying to be kind of, strike that badass pose. Piccolo, as usual, just in the back, judging away, going, yes, we'll see how things go. As what I imagine he's pondering. We've got Krillin just kind of being a bit embarrassed that he was previously just killed. So he's just hovering there, smiling away. And on the right hand side, we've got the little soldier Jace bending the knee. Ginyu's kind of being shocked, going, what the hell's going on here? And what Raccoon, well, he's just there, he's not the sharpest on the shed, so he's striking a pose. And we've got Birder here, he's just standing vigilant over everyone else, protecting their Dragon Ball. So yeah, that's essentially what I've gone with, a nice little scattering of the characters. The background is a little bit small, so in post-production we're going to have to work some Photoshop magic to extend it out. So if you want to see how that's all done and brought together, be sure to stay to the end of the video, or you can use the timestamp below to skip ahead. So yeah, from now I'm going to take a few photos. The lighting that I've got at the moment, I've got on the left and right sides here, I've got two softbox lights coming in, lighting up the area. So I've got 1 and 2. So this is giving me nice even light overall. I do have one more for above, which I'm not sure if we'll use, but what I will do, I'll take a photo with on and off, and we can check on the computer later. So one issue we have here at the moment is that the characters are a bit too dark from the inside. You'd imagine from the arcade machines coming up would be light to light up all their faces with the bright action and flashes that's coming on screen. So to do that, I'm going to take an extra 1 2 photos using an LED light. So something like this panel, or I will, if it's going to be a bit too big, I might get out the Lumicube lights as well. Try and add in some more colours. I'm thinking I'll go with the blue and pink neon colours to really tie it into the background. And yeah, then it's jumping on the computer, merging those photos and doing the final touches. So yeah, let's take the photos and jump on my computer. Okay, so we're on the computer now. I've got the 3 images selected. We've got the left right one with the light, as well as a base background with no lighting, and we're just going to go auto align layers to get them all level before we do the masking. It's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty close enough. As you can see, when we turn these layers on and off, the arcade machines aren't 100% aligned. But for what we're doing, that should be no problem. So what we need to do is just apply a mask and brush out the area that we don't want, in this case the light. So it's slowly vanishing. It's got a nice feather on the brush as well, so it blends in lovely. So if we turn the layers back on, you can kind of see the difference. So next step is selecting the top layer and doing another mask. Exactly the same thing. Brush down the light using a black brush, and it just slowly vanishes. And now obviously we can't see the layer below, so we're going to have to fix up that as well by doing exactly the same thing. Just using a brush. This time I'm just going to reduce the feather even more, since we want the light to really blend in on the left hand side. Just reducing the flow and opacity a little bit more as well to help blend in the edges, to smooth out the background a little bit more. especially around Ginyu. Obviously it's on the edge of the machine, so it's not going to get fully lit up, so just smoothing that transition. So yeah, it's looking really good. Just turn the layers on and off just to make sure that there's no areas that really sticks out that's looking weird or anything. And yeah, I feel like this is looking pretty good actually. So the next step is to merge all the layers and apply the crop. This time I'm going to go with a 16:9 crop and bring in, and actually I was thinking that we would have to touch up the sides of the image, but I feel like a tighter crop on this one would be quite nice, even if we chop a little bit of Raccoon and bird it off. They're just off to the side anyway, not the main focus of this image, so we'll go nice and tight, and that way we don't have any background touching up. But if you want to do something like this yourself and you do want to touch up, all you have to do is make a selection, and you can use the clone tool to clone in the background, or you can try the autofill tool as well, and it might do the job depending on how complex the area is. So now that the crop is done, just going to do some small adjustments, add on a levels layer just to fix up the tones, but brighten up the image a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much all for the adjustments. It's looking really good out of camera itself. But there's one or two small dark areas, so we'll do a second levels layer, apply a mask to it, and then we'll just brush in the areas that we just want it, mainly around the case, just so it's not quite so dark. This will make it just stand out a little bit more, and it should lighten up the image overall as well. Generally when you have a really dark area on a bright area, your eye is going to go there, and vice versa, so reducing that harsh contrast just makes it easier to look at the overall image. So there we go, so it blends in a bit better with the machine now. And just for the faces, like mainly on Goku's and Freeza's, we're just going to apply a little bit of that layer as well, just brighten up, and same with Krillin since he's right at the back. So yeah, Ginyu, Freeza and Jace, Raccoon at the back as well. Just lighten up their faces a little bit, and that way they won't get quite so lost into the background. It's just all these little tiny subtle changes you do to an image and with the editing, and that really does help bring it together at the end. Next up is a little bit of blue tack underneath Gohan's left foot. I kind of put a little bit too much there. If possible, when you're placing them down, if you do need to use some, just try and use as little as possible. But if you do have some showing, all you have to do is come through and make a selection, and you can just use the clone tool, just to take from the areas around and just smooth it off. Depending on how big the area is, it shouldn't be too noticeable, especially once you zoomed out. Even if you just left it in there, you probably wouldn't notice it 9 out of 10 times. But it's a quick and easy fix anyway. Just using the clone tool just to blend it in, smooth it up a little bit, and make sure there's no harsh lines where it joins up. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the setup process and the editing for this image. In the end, there's very little editing to do, which is awesome. I really like it with the close crop in. And the other image we took, which is just Goku, Freeza and the sign of a backdrop, looks awesome. That is going to be at the very end of this video, along with all the other images we took, as well as some close-ups, so be sure to check those out. I will also be posting them on Instagram, which there is a link below. And if you want to download the final image in the June 2021 calendar format to use on your computer, you can find that on rockchala.com, which is also linked below. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, yeah, let me know in the comments below, and like, subscribe and all that. And yeah, there'll be another one of these themed videos at the end of June. If there's a theme that you think would really suit the month of July, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if it's something that I can do. Yeah, I also want to do some more matchups with these arcade machines because they're pretty fun. I I might do a Dragon Ball vs Naruto, or maybe Jujutsu Kaisen, something along those lines. If it's something you're interested in, let me know as well, and I'll be sure to do those photos and put them on Instagram. Again, thanks for watching. Cheers!